Welcome, pilots! This video is part of my guide detailing every high-security combat site. While I normally fly an Ishkar, for Sansha's nation sites I've instead chosen to fly another assault frigate called the Jaguar. This ship is surprisingly well suited for this site, and is capable in most of its escalation at True Power Shipyards. Combat signatures appear in your probe scanner window, and you must scan them down with probes before you can warp to them. Some combat signatures do not have a DED difficulty rating, and instead have a chance of escalating to a short story-based expedition. The Sansha Vigil is a combat signature found in all systems with a security status of 0.8 and lower throughout the eastern regions of Amarr space. This includes Domain, Tash-Murkon, Devoid, and Derelik. This site has a decent potential for either a faction spawn or an escalation, either of which may lead to high-value loot drops. Only up to battlecruiser class ships will be allowed into the site. Strategic cruisers are allowed in as well. As soon as you land on the acceleration gate, an opening message will appear. Previous explorers have commented that one of the gates requires a passkey. Alternatively, it can be bypassed by meddling with the security tower. In the first room, you'll conveniently land on top of the acceleration gate to the next room. A security tower and network of other structures is directly in front of you, with two sets of cloven red asteroids flanking the central base. The area is guarded by two rows of light missile batteries along the left and right side, each guarded by a small group of up to 3 Sansha NPCs. Each group consists of an advanced frigate, and up to 2 battlecruisers. The acceleration gate to the next room is locked. Depending on your ship's ability to handle the incoming damage, you can actually avoid fighting the initial NPCs. Shortly after attacking the security tower, 2 sets of Sansha NPCs will spawn a ways off near a coral rock formation. The first group consists of 2 destroyers and 2 battlecruisers. The second larger group consists of 3 advanced frigates, 2 advanced cruisers, and 7 battlecruisers. You can ignore these 2 new groups and continue to focus on the security tower. Destroying the tower unlocks the acceleration gate to the next room. Alternatively, you can avoid destroying the tower if you have the passkey mentioned in the opening message. This turns out to be a Sansha gold tag. If you have a gold tag in your cargo hold, you can simply activate the gate to the second room as soon as you land. The tag will be consumed. In the second room, you'll pass through a series of twisted asteroids that surround a central base. The area is guarded by 5 small groups totaling 16 Sansha NPCs, ranging from frigates up to battlecruisers. The first group guards the central base, while the other 4 groups are situated in each corner above and below. A single stasis tower will hold you in place shortly after landing. Destroying the stasis tower will spawn a new group of Sansha NPCs scattered around the area. 3 of these NPCs are spider drones that will speed towards you and hold you in place with stasis webifiers. The Centus Excavation Supervisor is also among them, flying a cruiser. The Supervisor will always drop a True Sansha brass tag and a Sansha medium frequency crystal. If you're lucky, he may also drop a True Sansha module, or a mid-grade Rapture or Nirvana implant. Destroying the Centus Excavation Supervisor also has a chance of escalating to the True Power Shipyards expedition. You are about to wrap up this little raid, when all of a sudden you have an incoming transmission popping on one of your panels from someone asking where in the flaming hell his ship components are. He continues to claim that he had ordered all sorts of stuff ages ago, and nothing is getting delivered. This is all sent in Sansha code. In comparison with the station logs from the place you just destroyed, identify the person on the other end as a foreman from the local branch of the True Power Corporation. When he hears some hesitation on your end, this guy gets all patronizing on you, raving back and forth about too many noobs being recruited to the production units. How your single-digit IQ must be a shining light for every slug in the universe to follow, and fabulates a bit about how he envisions the state your toilet training is in. He then shouts some instructions about how you're to get off your butt right this moment and haul it to a certain place, picking up his order for 310 MN afterburners. He orders you to buzz him on this same frequency when you are there, and that he will then give you further instructions. While producing my series on tactical destroyers, I found this room to be one of the most difficult encounters in high-security space. The Jaguar seems uniquely capable of surviving this encounter, with its high EM and thermal resists, ability to speed tank, and use of light missile launchers that are immune to the effects of the Sansha tracking disruptors. In the first encounter of the True Power Shipyards expedition, you'll land in a clouded area surrounded by rocks and several structures. Among the structures is a Sansha deadspace outpost. The area is otherwise empty. Taking a potshot at the outpost spawns the commander wave, consisting of up to 8 advanced frigates and destroyers. A True Sansha cruiser will be among them. This, and any other True Sansha NPC in future True Power Shipyards encounters, may drop a True Sansha module or a mid-grade Rapture or Nirvana implant. Destroying the True Sansha NPC has a chance of escalating to the second encounter of the expedition. You didn't find 300 afterburners to fill the True Power order, but you guessed that if you don't tell the guy, no one will. Not sure what this buzz was supposed to sound like, you hurl a loud beep and some crackles on the prescribed frequency, and a second later the True Power Foreman descends on you again with curses and insults perfected by generations of pirate Foreman. After a while, his monologue draws to an end, and he tells you to go and pick up 280 units of missile control modules at another location. In the second encounter of the expedition, you'll land in another clouded area near a network of cargo rigs. Again devoid of NPCs, a Sansha support building is nearby. Taking a potshot at the support building spawns the commander wave, consisting of up to 6 advanced frigates and advanced cruisers. A True Sansha NPC flying a cruiser will be among them. Destroying the True Sansha NPC has a chance of escalating to the third encounter of the expedition. Again, you beep the channel, and instantly the Foreman responds with a location and a list of different types of armor plates you are supposed to pick up. The abrupt message and something in the Foreman's voice lets you wonder if he has found out you are not who he thought you were. There seems to be only one way to find out. In the third encounter of the expedition, you'll land amongst a series of rocks guarded by a total of 16 Sansha NPCs split into 3 groups. A pair of True Power factories is nearby. Unlike the prior encounters, attacking the factories will not prompt any additional response. If you wait in the area for a little over 20 minutes, a large group of 35 Sansha NPCs will spawn. A True Sansha NPC flying a cruiser will be among them. If you don't want to wait for this commander wave, you can instead destroy either of the True Power factories. Destroying one of the factories, or the True Sansha NPC, has a chance of escalating to the fourth and final encounter of the expedition. This time you have not had the time to message the Foreman before he is on the channel, and tells you with urgency in his voice to head to the assembly plant immediately. There seems to be a lot of hostile activity in the area, and he does not want to lose the modules you have gathered already to some common criminals. For the first time since you heard from this guy, he does not open with a barrage of insults, and you venture to ask where this assembly plant is. He hesitates for a second, and then gives you a location. In the fourth and final encounter of the True Power Shipyards expedition, you'll land near a Sansha battle tower and a series of other structures. The area is guarded by a network of Sansha stasis towers and heavy missile batteries. Attacking any of the stasis towers will spawn a group of Sansha NPCs consisting of up to 6 frigates and destroyers. A second group of up to 8 Sansha NPCs can also spawn, consisting of advanced frigates and advanced cruisers. I suspect this second group may trigger based on your proximity to the Sansha battle tower. Damaging the battle tower down to its hull will spawn the Sansha Foreman flying a battleship. Destroying the Foreman will prompt the closing message of the expedition. It may be all Sanshas knew where this station was, but the condition it is in now, they probably just want to forget it ever existed. The Foreman has a chance of dropping one or more Centii A-Type deadspace modules, or a blueprint copy for a succubus. You'll have to decide for yourself whether it's worth risking travel through low-security space to run the final encounter. You won't be behind an acceleration gate, and you'll be webified during the engagement. If you're not alone in the system, you'll want to keep a close eye on your directional scanner for combat probes. A ship like the Jaguar, fit with light missiles, is capable of running the Sansha Vigil site in about 6 minutes, when ignoring the NPCs that are unnecessary to complete the site. Bypassing the first room with a Sansha gold tag can cut this down to about 4 minutes. Ships with missile launchers and a strong tank are good candidates, such as the Gila, Orthrus, or Munin. Younger pilots may want to try out a Prophecy fit with heavy missile launchers and a focus on EM and thermal resists. For the final encounter of the True Power Shipyards expedition, I switched to a Sacrilege fit with heavy assault missiles. While recording the footage for this video series, I kept track of the statistics for 10 Sansha Vigil sites. The Centus Excavation Supervisor is a guaranteed spawn, so there's always a chance of faction loot. 5 of the 10 sites dropped something beyond the faction ammo and tag, while 5 of the sites escalated to the True Power Shipyards expedition. The True Power Shipyards expedition can escalate up to 4 times, and every encounter seems to be guaranteed to spawn a true Sansha pirate. Through my 5 escalations, I ran a total of 12 encounters, 6 of which dropped something beyond the faction ammo and tag. Some of the better drops from the Sansha Vigil site itself included a true Sansha warp disruptor and a true Sansha stasis webifier. Most of my drops from the True Power Shipyards expedition were armor hardeners, but I did manage to find a true Sansha medium armor repair in one of the encounters. Of the 2 escalations that went through to the final encounter, only one dropped a deadspace module. While it was quite an underwhelming drop, it was certainly better than the nerve sticks from the other final encounter. In high-security eastern Amarr space, you can also probe down other unrated sites like the Sansha Hideout, Lookout, or Watch. Note that the western Amarr regions have similar combat sites featuring Blood Raider NPCs. Other NPC pirates include Rogue Drones, the Serpentis, Guristas, and Angel Cartel. My journey to host a complete set of combat site video guides began in 2020 with a similar 13-part series for Serpentis combat sites. I followed this up with similar series for Guristas, Angel Cartel, and Blood Raiders. If you find yourself outside of Eastern Amarr space, you can check out those videos right now. If you're curious about fitting assault frigates for combat site exploration, you can check out the gaming section of my website over at RileyEntertainment.com. Thanks for making it to the very end, and smash that like button if you enjoy my content.